What is going on, Niner fans? The 49ers just beat the Arizona Cardinals, and they're fresh off another dub. 4 wins to start the season. The 49ers undefeated. There's only 2 undefeated teams, and that's the Eagles and the 49ers. The 49ers scored another 30-point game. They scored 35 today. They have 14 straight regular season wins dating back to last year. Brock Purdy had 1 incompletion today, and Christian McCaffrey, yeah, that's right, we were in the throwback Christian McCaffrey because he secured a victory Monday. He had not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 touchdowns today. Christian McCaffrey, the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Month. He's probably going to get it again. He's probably going to get the FedEx Ground Player of the Week. This guy needs to be in the MVP conversation. Christian McCaffrey is so him. I cannot believe that he is on our team. Every time, every week, we are sitting here talking about one man, Christian McCaffrey. What a damn football player. Deebo Samuel didn't even have to do anything. He was a decoy. Brandon Ayuk had a phenomenal game. Career receiving high. He had his best game of his career, 148 yards receiving. And that's all because of one man, Christian McCaffrey. The Arizona Cardinals hung around. The 49ers, they gotta realize gotta maybe tighten up on defense. But hey, they only allowed 16 points. My final score the other day was 38-17. The 49ers were close, 35-16. I was so close. I was hoping we'd get another field goal somewhere there. I was this close to being right on the final score. I called it last week, and I almost called it this week. So I'm not going to toot my own horn. Actually, I am. I was damn close. I was hoping that I'd be on point. But again, I knew they'd score a little bit more than 30, close to 40. Great victory. The 49ers are undefeated, the best team in in football, man. Like, you can sit there and argue with me. I don't care. 49ers are the most complete team. Arizona's a scrappy bunch, man. Shout out to Dobbs. He played great. He threw some dimes. 49ers, they had to work. But this offense was cooking. And you know what's amazing? The 49ers offense is carrying this team. I have not seen a 49ers team like this in a long time, where the offense is ahead of the defense. Every year we sit here and the defense always carries the Niners team. And now the offense can get a head start. And the defense, once they are on all cylinders, it is going to be scary. When this defense is at their peak, hopefully come playoff time, this team is going to be dangerous. Legend. Woo! 4-0. I'm excited, man. 4-0. But now 49ers, they cannot rest well because a big game next week. They have the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to be talking about that a lot. But tonight, we are hyped up. 49ers 4-0, 14 straight regular season wins. Christian McCaffrey, the man of the hour. Let's talk about Christian McCaffrey because he was on fire. I mean, this man was absolutely amazing. 4 touchdowns, 177 total yards today, receiving and rushing. He had over 170 total yards from scrimmages. That is crazy, man. Like, the stats this man is putting up are like Madden stats, dude. It is wild. 177 total yards from scrimmage, 4 total touchdowns. It's unbelievable. Yo, and Brock Purdy, let's talk about Brock Purdy, shall we? Because this man, I don't think he gets enough credit, but he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Like, if you don't think he is at this point, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you because this Christian McCaffrey, okay. Christian McCaffrey, he's definitely the key to this team. He's the MVP. But Brock Purdy gets this team moving so well. He had 1 incompletion. 20 for 21, ladies and gentlemen. Brock Purdy was 20 for 21. 283 passing yards, 1 touchdown through the air, threw it to CMC, and 1 rushing touchdown. Little QB sneak at the end. I don't know, man. If you're doubting Brock Purdy, like, it's crazy to me because this guy, you could see the connection with Brandon Ayuk was flawless. Like, the fact that Brandon Ayuk was back, you could tell Brock was able to move down the field and he trusted him. And I said Brandon Ayuk is so important for this offense. This man went out and had 6 catches on 6 targets for 148 yards receiving. That was his best game of his career. That was his most receiving yards in his career. Like, hello. you got E40. E40 was wearing the Brock Purdy jersey. Like, it is so nice. The 49ers have a franchise quarterback. They have a franchise quarterback, and it was amazing. He had one sack. Colton McKivitz gave up the sack, so that's still something, to keep improving on. But overall, the 49ers played good. They ran the ball down Arizona's throats, man. They ran the ball down their throats. Arizona could not hang with the 49ers. It was amazing. Like, they could not stop Christian McCaffrey. Now, they threw in Jordan Mason a few times here and there to spell him, but I mean, it's. I had a lot of people texting me and messaging me like, "Oh, they gotta rest Christian McCaffrey. They gotta rest him." I don't know. It's hard to bench this guy. It's hard to give him a few plays off. Is Christian McCaffrey so good? He's amazing. Every time he touches the ball, something big happens. So, they did spell him a few plays with Jordan Mason, but man, Christian McCaffrey, like, they couldn't stop him today. They couldn't stop him. Let him cook that deep ball to be I mean, come on, Jimmy. Brock Purdy had some dimes to Brandon Ayuk. Like, there was multiple big deep passes he had to Brandon Ayuk. But the 30-yarder was amazing. Like, he threw a 30-yard bomb to him in the first half, right? And then he throws another one to open up the second half. And then he throws another one, dimed it. I wish Brandon Ayuk would have got a tutty today. But, I mean, 148 yards is pretty damn good. And, again, Debo was nursing a knee injury, so they used him as a decoy. Juwan Jennings was out. So Brandon Ayuk really stepped up. I said it was going to be a Brandon Ayuk masterclass. It was a pretty good Brandon Ayuk game. I mean, it's exactly what I expected, except I thought he was going to get a tutty, maybe two. But Christian McCaffrey, I mean, at this point, he was locked in, and you have to just feed the beast. When a guy's that good, you have to feed the man. Woo! I'm so happy he's on my team, Kittle, to CMC. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's so fun to watch Christian McCaffrey. Like, he just makes this offense so good. Run behind Trent Williams, it's game over. Those two guys. And you know who else was an unsung hero in this game? A guy that needs to get some credit. Kyle Juszczyk. He had some of the most filthy blocks of the season in this game. He had like multiple. He always does. But people don't talk about Kyle Juszczyk enough. They were trying to get him a touchdown at the end. They were trying to feed him. I mean, and I think they were trying to feed him because of his blocks in this game. I think they were trying to pay it forward to him. He was laying out dudes. He was laying people out. Kyle Juszczyk, put some respect on the man's name. He was putting out a clinic in blocking today. Unbelievable. Gerardo says that hurdle touchdown. Oh, fucking filthy. It reminded me of the Brandon Ayuk. Remember when he hurdled the Eagles defender and you had the little bunny hop by Christian McCaffrey today? And a couple years back against Arizona, Kyle Juszczyk did a little hurdle play. He did a hurdle play. I think I posted the picture of all three of them side by side on Twitter. Because athleticism is crazy. You had Christian McCaffrey hurdle a dude, Brandon Ayuk hurdle a dude, and Kyle Juszczyk hurdle a dude. And then, you know what's even crazier? Last couple weeks ago, right, you had the stiff arm from CMC, and then the week before that, you had the stiff arm from Brandon Ayuk on the block. Like, these guys are incredible, man. It's so fun watching the offense. Like, I love this team's defense, but this year's been different because the offense is cooking. Everybody loves to see how, offense dialed up. It's like the old saying, right? Chicks dig the long ball. Chicks dig the touchdowns, too. Like, I love to see teams score, and the 49ers are scoring in bunches. 30, 30, 30, 35 points. It's fun. Do you remember the days when we were crying to score 20 points? We don't have to worry about it anymore. We do not have to worry. They had 21 points at halftime. 21 points at halftime. We could barely score 21 points in 4 quarters. This team is amazing. Let's talk about some other guys that stepped up, shall we? You guys drop some names in the comments. We'll talk to them. You know who we got to talk about? Javon Hargrave. Hargrave has been a blessing, worth every penny. What an off-season signing. He had a clutch sack. He had the only sack of the game. I will say this. I was a little disappointed. If you're going to be disappointed in a 4-0 game, you got to be really thinking deep. But, if I really want to sit here and say there's one thing the 49ers need to do better, is they got to get more pressures. They got to get to the quarterback. They got to get sacks. But, hey, shout out to Joshua Dobbs. He got rid of the ball well. He was cooking. He had a good release. Like, he was getting the ball to Wilson. The rookie Wilson, that dude was catching some nice passes. Dobbs threw some dimes to him. I didn't think that they got to him enough. Like, that was one of the things that I was a little worried about, was Dobbs had a lot of time to throw. Now, I will say this. The Cardinals head coach, he used to be the Eagles defense coordinator, so I feel like he knows the Niners a little bit. He knows the film. I mean, he played him in the NFC Championship game last year, so he knows the tendencies. So I feel like he was really well studied to prepare for the 49ers. But, man, the 49ers got to get a little bit more pressures up front. I tell you what, the Hargrave, man, this guy, 3 sacks on the season. His motor is always revving. Knocked the door down. I love Javon Hargrave. This guy is an absolute star, and I'm so happy the 49ers added this guy to the roster this offseason. I remember when we grabbed him and the 49ers that offseason acquisition, the free agent, when the notification went off, I lost it. And he's been worth every single centavo so far. Guy's been amazing, man. I love it, man. I love it. Can you talk about Fred Warner? Let's talk about Bosa. You know, I feel like Bosa, I don't know, man. He's pushing so hard out there. I thought he was going to go crazy in this game. He started off with a nice little play, early in the game, but he just couldn't dial in the final pressures. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a mental thing or if he's just pressing too hard or what the case is. I feel like Bosa should have like a 2 to 3 sack game every week, man. I don't know. I feel like eventually it's gonna come, but I mean, I feel like maybe there's just so much pressure now on Bosa because he got paid. I mean, look at Khalil Mack. This man went out and had 6 sacks today for the Chargers. Like, those are the type of games that I feel like we all want Bosa to get, and I just think there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders now that he's getting paid. But hey, you got the money, you got to go out and earn it. He is getting pressures. He is getting there, like he is, but I feel like he's not finishing the job. And there is the moments where I feel like sometimes he's tired, where I didn't notice that before. Like last year, I never really saw Bosa feeling like he was tired, but I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But he is getting the pressures, which is helpful for the team because eventually everybody else is going to eat. But I would like to see Nick Bosa get a little bit more sacks. But it is what it is. This team's 4-0. You can't really nitpick about everything. But again, there's going to be some criticism. There's going to be some analysis. I mean, nobody's perfect, but the 49ers are damn close to it. Fred Warner. Yeah, let's talk about Fred Warner. That guy's a monster. He's just everywhere. He's the tone setter on defense. He's the captain. We all know how good he is. He's the best defensive player on this 49ers team by far and away this year. He's been locked in. I mean, his coverage has been great. He's always around the ball. We all know Fred Warner's great. He's definitely the best linebacker in the NFL, and he proves it on a weekly basis, man. But him and Hargrave were really key down the stretch in this game today. They were big-time playmakers. They were all over the field. So got a shout-out, tip my hat to Fred Warner. That guy's a dog. And again, Hargrave, man, unbelievable. Medulla Oblongata, I love the name, says CMC for MVP. I'm telling you, man, if CMC is not front runner for MVP, I don't know who is right now. I know he's a non-quarterback, but this could be the first non-quarterback to win the MVP in ages. Like, who's the last non-quarterback? Was it LaDainian Tomlinson? Like, who's the last non-quarterback to win MVP? I gotta look this up. Non-QB MVPs, because that is crazy. There's 18 non-quarterbacks who have won the NFL MVP. So let's take a look down memory lane. Okay, the last was it? Let's see. Adrian Peterson won it in 2012. Is that the last one? Wow. LaDainian Tomlinson won it in 2006. That's crazy. Sean Alexander, 2005. It doesn't happen a lot. Marshall Faulk, 2000. Yeah, Adrian Peterson. That's crazy. Terrell Davis. It used to be a running back dominated sport. But Adrian Peterson, the last man to do it. AP, that's crazy. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, it's the last one. How do I not know? I mean, every year is a quarterback. I forgot. It's been a long time. AP's been in the league for a minute. 2012, that was a long time ago. It's a long time ago. 2012. If Christian McCaffrey gets MVP, that'd be amazing. Again, I think he's the front runner. Like, this guy, every week, he goes out there and puts his team on his back. Whew. After Tua's performance, Boogie says he should be the front runner. Yeah, Tua laid an egg against Buffalo. Buffalo came out and put some absolute fire out on the Dolphins today. Terrence Davis says, why are we not playing more press coverage and man-to-man? Giving wide receiver space is killing us. I agree. I agree with this. But I think that it's just the personnel. I don't think that we have an elite corner on the other side of Mooney Ward. Lenoir's good, but sometimes he goes through these lapses. And again, he's not fast enough to cover every cornerback or wide receiver at cornerback. He's not bad, but there are times where they had to move him today to nickel, and they rotate. Again, Steve Wilks has said he's rotating these guys at nickel based on games and packages and things like that. But I still feel like they could use another cornerback. We'll see what happens midseason. Ambry Thomas, he's not the guy. He's mid at best. It's unfortunate. He's a guy that struggles. When they put Ambry in, they get cooked, and then they have to move Lenoir down into the slot. And although I think Lenoir is not bad at the slot, I think he's better off on the outside. So, and again, it's Steve Wilks. It's his defense. His defense is a little different than DeMeco and Robert Salah ran, and I think he's still trying to adjust. And that definitely is one area we have to kind of keep on improving upon. But overall, I feel like the 49ers, once they get their ability to get to the quarterback, once they get more sacks and they get more pressures up front, I think it'll even out in the back end. But you're right. There's sometimes where the secondary is causing them to, let up big plays here and there. And Wilson was killing them. I mean, but you got to give credit to Dobbs and Wilson, man. They played their butts off, man. Arizona, they're a scrappy team, man. Do I think that the Niners will trade for a cornerback? I hope so. I really do hope that midseason they just go all in, man, and make a big-time move. But you never know. I mean, this team might be happy with who they have. But I think they still – they got a lot of money. They got the most cap space in the NFL. Like, if there is a move they need to make, I don't think that they're going to be afraid to do it. I think they'll go all in because this team has the potential to win the Super Bowl. Like, this team is that good. I think they know if they can go in and get one guy at corner to put them over the top, I think they might do it. I hope they do it. Whew. Do the Niners go for a big name cornerback? Yeah, Boogie. I think it's a possibility. I think it's something a lot of people are thinking about. A lot of people have been, putting rumors out there and throwing names out there. Hey, the 49ers last year went out and they traded for Christian McCaffrey to give him the spark, and he's been as good as advertised. He's the MVP of the NFL, like we've been just talking about. So I think if the 49ers know they need to make a move, they'll do it. They're not afraid, man. Shout out to John Lynch. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan. Give them their flowers. If they need to make a move, they'll do it. Javon Hargrave has been a beast, and, they're not afraid to go out and get players, man. They've proven they got to do what it takes to win a Super Bowl. You got to love it, man. Hey, Boogie says, what's up with the lack of sacks? Yeah, again, man, that's something that we talked about. I feel like they were getting pressures, but offensive line of the Cardinals, they played pretty good. The head coach of the Cardinals, I feel like he knew the 49ers' tendencies. Again, he did coach the Eagles. He was their defensive coordinator. I think he just knows the Niners' tendencies, and he knew how to game plan against the 49ers defense. So it's a chess match, and you got to give credit to Dobbs, man. Again, I know the 49ers won, and it was a big-time win, 35-16. But Dobbs is tough, man. He's not a horrible quarterback. He's played tough these last couple of games. Scrappy team. You got to remember, they took the Cowboys down, and they beat them last week. And they're a tough, hard-nosed team up front on the line. They run the ball well, and that allows them to, draw teams and confuse them, with their ability to run the ball. So then once they're able to drop back and pass plays, they're successful. So you got to give Dobbs his credit, man. He was balling. He's a good young quarterback. I agree, though. We do need to get sacks. No, I 100% agree. Because against bigger teams like Cowboys, against the Eagles, they got to figure those pressures and get them into sacks. So I 100% agree with you guys. But again, it is nice to be 4-0, and those are areas that the 49ers can improve. Like, they're 4-0. Can they be better? Absolutely. So, yeah, 100%. They got to turn those pressures into sacks. So we'll see, man. Again, though, 4-0 is a great feeling, man. And the 49ers last year would have prayed to be 4-0 right now. The last couple of years, right? What is the one thing that we've sat here and said? 49ers have to get off to a good start. They got to win big games. They got to go, and get that number one seed. The 49ers know it. And I think this year, right now, they're coming out so much different than they have in the past. Right now, 4-0. The only other undefeated team in the NFL is the Eagles. The 49ers have to keep pace with them. We've got a big game next week against the Dallas Cowboys. And the more we win, the more we separate ourselves from the pack. Cowboys are going to be a team that's probably going to be towards the top near the end of the season. So if we can get a win on them, we really separate ourselves because A, they lost to the Cardinals last week, and then B, if we beat them, be a huge dub for us. And again, it'll help us stay in position with the Eagles, who are also 4-0. And, just you got to win these games, the tough games. You got to win the easy games. You just got to win as much as you can. And the 49ers right now are doing it because number one seed makes a huge difference. It makes a massive difference getting that number one seed, man. I can't wait for week 5 though, huh? Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready? Are you guys excited for this Cowboys Niners game? Yeah, I'm hyped up, man. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun, man. All week, the hype is gonna be absolutely crazy. Boogie says next week's about to be a movie. It's gonna be an absolute movie. I don't know, man. But overall, again, Brandon Ayuk, we got to give him his credit today. 148 yards receiving, big time player, made big time plays. He stepped up. He got his big game. Debo was nursing a knee injury, and BA stepped up. So you got to love to see Brandon Ayuk step up. Christian McCaffrey, as we spoke about earlier, 4 touchdowns, MVP of the league. He was cooking. Brock Purdy, only 1 incompletion. Overall, the offense, I feel, is cooking ahead of the defense. See if this defense can continue to catch up. And it is refreshing, though, to see the 49ers offense carrying the team for once instead of the defense. But 4-0, 14 in a row. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good about this dub. We get a victory Monday tomorrow, and we're going to talk all about it later as well. These are, these early games count as much as the later games, but it's important to build your record as the season goes on. But it was nice to see this team be able to win without Debo really having to do anything. So as this team gets healthier, players are going to step up, and that's what happens. The 49ers have guys that can come in and be superstars when they need to. And if somebody's hurt, they can be a little limited, and you don't have to worry about it, as that was the one thing people said, rest Debo. He was out there. He was more of a decoy. He didn't get any further injured. And now there's going to be a time where we're going to really have to rely on Debo. Last week, Brandon Ayuk was out. So Debo came in and he stepped up to the plate. Today, Debo was ailing and Brandon Ayuk stepped up to the plate. And of course, CMC. So a lot of great players on this team. It's a fun season so far. And the more you win, the better the season gets. So, yeah, how was Arizona's defense able to get a sack? I mean, they got him on the right side. Colton McKivitz was the guy that I believe gave it up. So, yeah, definitely they were playing tough, man. Again, Arizona, division game. They're always hard-fought games. But, hey, 49ers held on to win the game, But it is one of those things. Again, if you're going to sit there and nitpick what we talk about today, secondary, defensive pressure up front, and maybe that right side of the O-line. Those are the 1, 2, 3 spots where I feel like the 49ers still can continue to grow and develop. So Gerardo says this team is special. You gotta love it, man. Showboat says Shanahan running Brock with 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, Shanahan's aggressive this season. I will say that he's being aggressive. He got the 4th down play early in the game. Brock to Kittle, 4th down. Like Shanahan's not playing games this year. I love it, man. It's fun. It's been great. I don't know what else to say other than it's just so far an amazing season. It's a great start, man. There's only 2 teams that are 4-0. I can't complain. Again, this team, could they be better? Yeah, which is scary, and they will get better. And again, 49ers, only one of 2 undefeated teams, man. Let's hope they can continue that next week. It's going to be a hell of a week, and I can't wait. I cannot wait for the Dallas game. But for now, it's Victory Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be live a little bit later. Instagram, I'll come back live on YouTube. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the dub, man. 4-0, and it feels so good. Enjoy it, Enjoy these games. Enjoy this feeling right now because this team was bad for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. For a long time, this team was bad. It's been nice having multiple seasons where the 49ers are on top. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be live a little later. Probably go live on Instagram. I love you. Have a good rest of your day. Hit that like button. We'll be back. Bang, bang. Niner gang.